Good morning. Namaste. So we're going to stay with Kriya Yoga for at least one more class. Kriya Yoga means the yoga of action, putting yoga into action. And we have discussed that it has three components. Tapas, which means self-effort, discipline, will, swadhyaya, self-reflection, introspection, reading sacred texts, and Ishvara Pranayama, self-sacrifice, service, surrender, devotion to something higher. So why do we cultivate these various qualities? The reason is because we're trying to create some transformation of our own inner reality. And the transformation is going to show up in the daily events, hopefully. So as we were discussing in the sutra class, the impact of Kriya Yoga on our lives, one student pointed out, oh, a bird just flew into the window. It's okay. It flew away. One student pointed out the importance for her of the concept of the pause, which we cultivate in our asana practice, and then hopefully begin to learn how to bring into life, so that our actions and our words are not purely reactive all the time, which if we don't consciously control the flow of our actions, words, then they will come unconsciously. Iswaran, I think it is, has this image of what's spontaneous. And maybe it's Jessica, I can't remember which one of them. He says, if you throw down a bouncy ball, it's going to bounce and ricochet and looks really wild and it looks spontaneous, but it's not actually spontaneous at all. It's because of the laws of physics, it's going to hit, and each place it hits is just the reaction. And that's what we are like if we don't change things. So spontaneous does not mean just reacting to the next event in front of you. Spontaneous is actually something comes in and you process it and then respond from the moment, not out of your patterns and conditionings. So that's true spontaneity. The Super Bowl is not spontaneous, even though it looks wild and it looks spontaneous, but it's not. So we don't want to be functioning like that, just ricocheting from event to event. So what we're going to do this morning is a practice with pauses, and it's going to be a long Vinyasa Flow, which I have not planned out breath by breath. I know where I'm going, but I'm in a way improvising this on the spot, improvising within the context of a lot of conscious thought, movements, considerations in the past. But we're going to move through this flow, and I'd like you to please pause before we take the next movement each time. And also feel free, if the next motion, the next direction that I suggest doesn't seem quite right, you can substitute something else. You can be spontaneous if you pause and then act out of consciousness, not out of unconsciousness. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to begin down on all fours. In this practice, we're not going to be stopping in samastiti so much, because we're going to keep moving from one thing to the next. If you need a rest, either of the breath or the body, of course, take one. And if we're standing, you can take that rest in samastiti. If we're lying down, you can take it on the floor. Do what's appropriate. Keep your body comfortable, keep your breath smooth and long. We're beginning in the all fours position, and we're going to alternate between Triphanasana and Vajrasana. And my loose plan is that we'll probably repeat things about 3 times if we are doing repetitions of patterns. We will not always do that. And please use an Ujjayi breath throughout. That's like constriction in the throat. With the inhale, draw the breastbone forward and open the chest. And then with the exhale, we're going back to child's pose, bringing the hips to the heels, relax the arms, hang the head down, and then we're going to lift the hands, the arms, and inhale, stand up onto the knees and open the chest further. And exhale, fold down to the floor. Keeping the hands on the floor, we'll rise up onto all fours and open the chest. Exhale, the hips come back to the heels. Relax the neck, shoulders, and elbows. And again, we'll lift the arms and inhale, stand up tall onto the knees, Vajrasana. Exhale and fold down all the way to the floor. And keep the hands on the floor as you lift up onto all fours. Opening the chest on the inhale. And bringing the hips back to the heels on the exhale. Relax the neck, shoulders, bend the elbows. We'll rise up onto the knees again with the inhale. And exhale. Fold down. Coming down into child's pose. Now we're going to proceed. Inhale, rise up onto all fours. The next motion is going to be into downward facing dog. Exhale, push your hips up towards the ceiling, keeping the knees bent at first and stretch the back. Inhale, bring the knees back down onto the floor and open the chest. Let's do that again. Exhale to downward dog, pushing the floor away, getting the spine nice and long, reaching your tailbone away from your crown. Inhale and bring the knees back down onto the floor and open the chest. And exhale, push the floor away, lifting the sit bones up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to inhale and walk the hands in towards the feet and come into a forward bend, where we'll stay with the exhale and release into the forward bend. Inhale, bring the arms out wide, open the chest. We're going to come all the way up and come to balance on the balls of the feet with the arms up overhead into Tadasana. Exhale, bring the heels and the arms down and move into the forward bend. And we'll go back and forth between those positions a couple times. Inhale, arms out, chest open. Lift all the way up tall. Raise the arms up overhead and lift the heels, Tadasana. And exhale, arms down, heels down, and back down into that forward bend. Again, lift, arms wide, chest open, and rise to the balls of the feet. And exhale, we'll go down into the forward bend. Let's stay and take a breath here, releasing into the forward bend. Then with the inhale, we're going to walk the hands forward again, return to downward facing dog. And with the exhale, stay in your downward facing dog. Let's inhale, bring the knees down to the floor, open the chest. And exhale, bring the hips back to the heels. Inhale, lift up onto all fours. And we're going to move on into the downward dog again. And from here, we're going to transition into our wide-legged stance for the hero. So we're going to inhale and step the left leg forward and come up into Virabhadrasana. With the exhale, bring your hands behind your back and straighten the left leg. Going to Triphanasana, bring your left hand to your left leg and to the triangle. Raise the right arm towards the ceiling. And then exhale, return to Parsvottanasana, into the forward bend. Inhale, bring the arms out wide, bend the knee, lift up, stretch the front body. And exhale, fold down, straighten your front leg and bring your hands behind your back. And we'll move to the triangle again. Inhale, raise the right arm to the ceiling. Left hand is on the left leg, stretch up. And exhale, fold down into the forward bend. Leg is straight. We're going to lift up into the hero again, bend the knee, raise the arms and open the chest. Exhale, left leg straightens, hands behind the back. Parsvottanasana into Triphanasana. Raise the right arm to the ceiling, triangle pose, stretch. And exhale, return to the forward bend. Inhale, we'll move up into the hero. Let's stay here for one breath. Breathing into the chest, staying anchored in your right foot. On the next exhale, we're going to move all the way down into downward facing dog. So fold down, bring your hands to the floor, step the left leg back, and let's stay for a breath here. Before we do the other side, we'll take a break in the child's pose. So on an inhale, we're bringing the knees down to the floor. And on the exhale, the hips back to the heels. Let's take a breath here. And slow the breath down. There's a lot to think about here. Place your pause at the end of the inhale, at the end of the exhale each time. Okay, let's prepare for the second side of the hero vinyasa. Inhale, lift up onto all fours, open the chest, pause. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push the floor away, raising the hips to the ceiling. Pause, and then we're going to inhale the right foot forward, coming into the hero. Front knee is bent, arms up overhead. Exhale, straighten the right leg, hands behind the back, fold down. Into the triangle, right hand on the right leg, stretch up and open. Left arm to the ceiling. And exhale, fold down. Inhale, bend the right knee. Raise the arms out and up and stretch the front of the body. Exhale, fold down, straighten the front leg, bring the hands to the back. Inhale into the triangle. Stretching the left arm up to the ceiling, turning the chest. And fold forward as you exhale. Inhale back up into the hero. Exhale, straighten the front leg, hands behind the back. Inhale, triangle. And exhale, forward bend. Last time up into the hero. And we're going to stay a breath here. Be attentive to the pause. With exhale, we're returning to downward dog. Fold forward, hands to the floor, right foot steps back. We'll take a breath into down dog. Then inhale the knees to the floor. And exhale the hips to the heels. Stay in the child's pose. So you can stay with the active ujjayi breath if that's going fine, or relax the breath if that would be helpful right now. Now we're going to bring ourselves back up through the downward facing dog and prepare for a vinyasa of the twisted triangle. Use an inhale, rise up onto all fours, open the chest. Pause. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for a breath, add your pauses. We're going to step forward with one leg, and I'll leave it to you. Step forward with the leg that leaves you facing the direction that you want to be facing in. So we're going to inhale and bring one of the legs forward so the legs are wide, and then pivot so you're in a wide-legged forward bend. And stay here for a breath. And then let's bring the arms wide and come up. Feet are parallel. Lift up to the top, and then we'll go to the twist. Exhale, right hand to the left leg. Use any variation that feels good for you here. Let's stay for a breath in the twist. And inhale, come up to the top. Arms wide, lift and reach. And exhale, left hand to the right side. Turn the chest. And stay for a breath. Inhale and lift to the top. Stretch tall in the center. Exhale, right hand down to the left side. Twist and stay for a breath. And inhale to the top. Are you taking a moment to pause? Exhale, twist to the right. And stay for a breath. Concentrate on the space. And inhale, come to the top. We'll go over to the left side once again. Exhale, twist, right hand to the left side. And stay for a breath. Pause. When you finish the inhale, pause. When you finish the exhale. And lift to the top on your inhale. Twist to the right on exhale. Stay for a breath with pauses. Inhale to the top. We're going to go to the forward bend. Exhale, bend down the center. Take your hands behind your back. You can rest them on the back or interlace the fingers. We'll stay for 3 breaths here. Slow breath in, and then pause, and complete breath out, and then pause. Do 2 more breaths at your own pace. Then we're going to transition back to the downward facing dog. Let's use an exhale to move to the dog. So you're going to pivot and step that front leg back and return to downward facing dog, where we'll stay for a breath. Then inhale the knees to the floor. And exhale the hips back to the heels. So again here, you can relax the breath or continue with Ujjayi, whichever seems better for you for a couple cycles of breath. We're going to use an inhale to move into the upward facing dog. Be sure your arms are fully extended in front of you. And inhale. Move yourself through the up dog, dropping the hips and opening the chest. Then exhale, lower to the floor. Forehead down. As you inhale, sweep your arms straight out in front of you. And then stay in the full prostration as you exhale slowly, relaxing down into the floor. With the inhale, I'm going to float the head and the chest up off of the mat. And exhale, release the head back down to the floor. Again, with the inhale, we'll open the chest, draw the breastbone forward, draw the shoulders down the back. And hug the belly as you exhale, lower the forehead back down to the floor. Once more, pause and then inhale, lift. And pause. And exhale, lower back down. Now we're going to lift into the pose again and use some leg motions. Inhale, raise the chest and head. We're going to keep that lift as we exhale. Lift the left leg just a little bit up off of the floor. Stay there and inhale. Reach the left foot and the breastbone away from each other. Then exhale, lower the left foot and the forehead back down to the floor. Inhale, raise the chest and head again. Draw the shoulders down the back. Exhale, lift the right leg up off of the floor. We're going to keep the pelvis even across the front. Stay and inhale, reaching the breastbone and the right foot away from each other. And exhale, lower the forehead, lower the foot. Let's do that again. Inhale, raise the chest and the head. Draw the shoulders down the back. And exhale, hug the belly, lift the left leg. Stay and inhale, reach the breastbone and the foot away from each other. Shoulder blades are pulling down the back. Exhale, lower the forehead and the foot. Inhale, raise the chest and head. Exhale from the belly, lift the right leg up, keep the pelvis steady. This is too much stress on your shoulders. Put your hands cross underneath you, or elbows in front of you. Then we'll exhale and lower forehead and head down. Forehead and foot down. We're going to go one more time into the lift. Inhale, raise the chest and the head. Exhale, lift the left leg. Keep the hips even. Stay and inhale. Exhale, lower the head, the foot. And inhale, raise the chest and the head. Exhale, lift the right leg. Inhale, breathe into the breastbone. Reach the foot away from the head. And exhale, lower down. We'll relax the breath. Release into the full prostration. Let the whole body soften. Everybody relax the breath. Let it go for a moment. Our next move is going to be back to the upward facing dog. On an inhale, we'll bring the hands underneath the forehead, push the floor away and raise the chest and head. Keeping the shoulders pulled away from the ears. And exhale to downward facing dog. Raise the hips up towards the ceiling. We'll stay for a breath here. Inhale the knees to the floor. And once again, exhale to either downward facing dog or child's pose, whichever you prefer. We're going to transition into the pigeon pose. I know that this is too much for some of your knees, so if you know that the pigeon is not good for you, then you can lie on your back and do the version of the pigeon on your back. So we're going to inhale, rise up onto all fours. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, the left knee is going to come forward between the hands. If you're on your back, pull your left knee into your chest. Bring that left foot a little bit farther forward. And then we're going to exhale and fold down to the floor. If you're on your back, you're pulling your left knee up and over towards the right shoulder. Let's stay for 3 breath cycles in whichever version. We should feel a stretch in the buttock and the outer left hip. Your hands can be underneath your forehead. We want to have the neck and shoulders relaxed. As you're staying, make sure you're pausing. So let's stay for 3 more breaths, 6 breaths in this stretch. As you stay, lengthen the breath and emphasize the pause. Use an inhale, bring your hands in line with your knee and open your chest, pushing the floor away. We'll stay here for a breath. If you're on your back, you can pull your knee towards your left armpit. Then let's exhale to downward facing dog. If you're on your back, just hug both knees into the chest. We're going to stay for 3 breaths. Find the lengthening of the breath and the pauses. The next inhale, we'll bring the right knee forward between the hands, opening the chest up, straighten the left leg behind you. If you're on your back, you're bringing your right knee to the chest. Exhale, we'll fold forward. You can adjust the position of your right foot to increase or decrease the stretch. Now we're taking 6 breaths. If you're on your back, you're drawing your right knee towards your left shoulder. Keep the hips down, not a spinal twist, but just pull the knee up and over towards the shoulder. 6 breaths, complete with pause.
When you're done with the 6 breaths, we inhale and bring the hands in line with the right knee, lifting the chest up.
And let's exhale to downward facing dog.
Staying for 3 breaths. If you're on your back, knees into the chest. We're going to inhale and bring the knees to the floor. And do 3 Vajrasana. If you're on your back, do Apanasana 3 times. Exhale the hips to the heels. Inhale, raise the arms and stand up tall on the knees. Stretching the front of the body. And exhale, fold down. Do that twice more. So if you're on your back, you're just expanding the chest, keeping your hands on the knees with the inhale and opening the front of the body from chest to belly. And on the exhale, gently stretching the back, hugging the knees in close. And we're all going to transition onto the back. And we're going to take a brief Shavasana. So I'm going to stretch all the way out onto the mat. Feet about as wide as the mat. Palms turned up. Opening the upper back. Relax down into the floor. Close the eyes. Relax the breath. Take a couple minutes here. As you relax, keep drawing the awareness inside the body. Just did a lot of movements all strung together, so feel the effect of that. Give the breath this opportunity to breathe at whatever pace it wants to. Releasing all control of the breath, including the pause. There may be a pause naturally, if so, that's fine, but don't force a pause. Just let the breath flow. Relax the body a little bit more. Draw the attention a little bit more firmly into the body, into the present moment. About another minute. Keep allowing the body to relax. the breath to flow, the mind to stay focused. Okay, we're going to resume our Vinyasa Flow. So gently draw the arms down close to your sides. Bring the legs a little closer into each other. You can take a stretch if you like. And then we're going to come to a bent knee position. With the feet in line with the sit bones, no support behind the head at the moment. We're going to be working with Triphanasana. So it's breath, pause, then proceed with the next breath and pause. Inhale, take your arms up overhead and pause. Exhale and raise the hips to the ceiling and pause. Stay there while you inhale. And pause. And exhale, bring the hips back down. And pause. Inhale. Stay here. And pause. And exhale, bring the arms down to the sides. And pause. Again, inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And pause. Exhale, hips to the ceiling. And pause. Inhale here. And pause. Exhale, hips down. And pause. Stay and inhale. And pause, then exhale, arms down to the sides. And pause again. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, lift the hips. Stay and inhale. Exhale, hips down. Stay and inhale. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, bring the right ankle to the left knee. Exhale, lift the left foot, bring your hands behind the left thigh. And inhale, stretch your left foot to the ceiling. Straightening the left leg. Exhale and bend the left knee. The right hand's between the legs, you're holding at the back of the left thigh. Inhale and stretch the left leg, reaching up. And exhale, bend the knee, relax the shoulders. Inhale and straighten the left leg again. And exhale, bend the knee. And we're going to take 3 breaths here. If you like, you can reach your hands around the shin of the left leg to intensify the stretch. Keep the shoulders relaxed. If it's too much to stay here, you can have your left foot on the floor and just stretch the right hip out with the left foot on the floor. 3 breaths in an appropriate variation. Then we inhale, lower the left foot to the floor. Exhale, right foot to the floor. Inhale, left ankle to right knee. Exhale, lift the right foot, hands behind the back of the right leg. And inhale, extend the right leg, reaching your foot to the ceiling, stretch up. Exhale and bend the right knee. Relax the shoulders. Keep the back of the neck long. You can have something behind your head now if you like. Twice more. Inhale, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling. And exhale. Bend the knee, release. Last time, inhale and straighten up. And exhale, bend the knee. Stay now for 3 breaths here. Inhale the right foot to the floor. And exhale the left foot to the floor. Relax the breath for a moment. And we're going to use an exhale and bring both knees into the chest and go into the alternate pair leg and arm lifts. So inhale, left arm and right leg. Left arm to the floor behind, right leg to the ceiling. Exhale, lower the arm and bend the knee and do the other pair. Inhale, right arm and left leg. Stretch the right arm up overhead. Extend the left leg to the ceiling. And exhale. Lower the arm and bend the knee. We'll do each pair twice more. Inhale and stretch up. And exhale. Lower the arm and bend the knee. Inhale. Right arm and left leg. Each pair one more time. Conscious of the pause. I'm going to take both arms and both legs. Inhale, raise both arms, both legs. Then we're going to exhale into the wide-legged position. Exhale, legs wide. Bring your hands onto the inner thighs or the outer thighs if it's better. We'll stay for a breath as we inhale. Pause and then exhale. Pause. Stretch the feet up to the ceiling. Reach the arms back to the floor behind you. And exhale. Bend the knees and lower the arms down to your sides. And we're going to do that twice more. Inhale, raise both arms, both legs. Stretch up. Exhale, the legs wide. the hands come to support the inner or the outer leg, whichever you prefer, and we'll stay for a breath with the legs wide. Slow breath with pauses. Then on the inhale, the feet go to the ceiling, the arms go to the floor behind you. And with the exhale, the knees bend and the arms come down to the sides. We're going to do that once more. Inhale, raise the arms, stretch the feet up to the ceiling. And exhale, legs wide, supporting the legs with the hands. And stay for a breath. Keep your pauses in place. Inhale, legs reach up, arms reach back. And exhale, bend the knees and lower the arms. We're going to bring the feet all the way down to the floor. Relax the breath for a moment. We're going to bring the knees and the feet so they're right close together for a sequence with Siptabatakanasana. Sometimes we're moving the arms and legs at the same time and sometimes not. So I'm going to be very specific about what I say. Just do the things that I say. Don't add anything extra. We'll begin by inhaling and taking the arms up into vertical. And then exhale, open the knees wide and open the arms wide like a T. Then we're going to inhale and stretch the arms up overhead. And then stay here with the exhalation. Inhale, float the arms up to vertical. Then exhale, close the knees and lower the arms the rest of the way down. And we're going to do that twice more. Inhale, arms to vertical, then pause. Exhale, arms and knees wide, and then pause. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and then pause. Stay as you are and exhale. Hug the belly, relax the legs, and pause. Inhale the arms, we're going to come up into vertical. Pause. Exhale, close the knees, lower the arms. Pause one more time. Inhale, arms to vertical. Exhale, open the knees and the arms wide. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Stay with the exhale. Sure you're hugging the belly in. Inhale, arms up to vertical. And exhale, arms down, knees close. Inhale and straighten your left leg out along the floor. Exhale, bring your right knee into your chest. Hug it with both hands. And then inhale, open the right arm wide. And exhale into a twist. Bring the right knee over towards the floor on the left side. And we're going to sweep with the right arm like the hand of a clock. Inhale, sweep the right arm up towards 12, if 12 is above your head. And then exhale, sweep your arm down towards your hip. Inhale, sweep the arm in a comfortable range of motion, right arm describing a circle, half a circle. And exhale, sweep the arm back down. Last time, sweep the arm with the inhale. And back down with the exhale. And now we're going to find a comfortable position to stay for 3 breaths. So sweep the arm to where you want it on your inhale. And then exhale. Hug the belly, relax the shoulder. 3 breaths here. Keep pausing. When you're done with the 3 breaths, we're going to use an exhale to release the arm down below shoulder height. Inhale to roll onto the back. And with the exhale, hug both knees in. Bring the left knee in and hug both knees into the chest. 3 Apanasana. As you inhale, flip the knees away from the chest. And as you exhale, hug the knees in close to the belly. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale and pause. Then exhale and pause. 1 more breath. And inhale the feet all the way to the floor. And take a moment. And then with your next inhale, slide the right foot away to straighten the right leg out. An inhale. And then as you exhale, hug the left knee into the chest. Inhale, open the left arm out. And with the exhale, bring the right knee over towards the left knee. The left knee over towards the floor on the right, entering your twist. And then let's sweep the left arm 3 times. Inhale and sweep. And pause. Exhale, sweep it down. And pause. Again, sweep up with the inhale. And down with the exhale. On your next inhale, find a position for the left arm that's a comfortable place to stay as you take 3 breaths in the twist. With a pause after the inhale and after the exhale. After the 3rd breath, use an exhale to release the left arm down below shoulder height, and an inhale to roll onto your back. Then exhale, bring the right knee in to join the left, hug both knees into the chest. Pause. 6 times Apanasana. Lift the knees away with the inhale, soften the chest, keep the shoulders relaxed. Pause, and exhale, hug the thighs in close. Relax the feet and the face. Pause. Again, inhale. Lift the knees away. Soften. Expand the front of the body. Pause. Exhale, hug. Lengthen the back of the neck. Pause. Inhale. Lift the knees away. Chest, then belly expanding. Pause. Hug the belly and pull the thighs in close. Pause. We'll do that 3 more times, please. When you're ready, the feet go down to the floor with an inhale. Relax with the exhale. Inhale and straighten the legs out. And relax with the exhale. And then release the control of the breath. Make any adjustments you need to be comfortable in the final relaxation. Once the body is comfortably situated, I'm going to leave it very still for the next several minutes as we rest. Now completely releasing the control of the breath. Gradually, progressively, continuously releasing the body. Observing the relaxed breath as it enters and leaves the body. Releasing the control of the breath. Maintaining the awareness. Continue to rest with the breath moving at its own pace. Notice something. There's a moment when the breath is coming in, and then a moment when it's going out. There must be a moment of transition there. Just like as if you watch tide of waves come in, the surf comes in, and there has to be a moment of pause before it goes into the outward motion. So continue to watch your natural breath, observing that moment when the transition occurs and how there actually is a space necessarily between the inhale and the exhale. And now consciously lengthen the breath gently. As you're ready, we'll slowly stretch the arms, reaching up overhead, taking a long stretch as you take the breath in. And then draw the knees into the chest. Give your back a gentle stretch. Then roll to the right side with the knees still drawn into the chest. Use your left hand to gently push yourself up into a seated position, and then find a comfortable posture for pranayama. Find a steady seat where your sit bones can be well rooted. You want the legs to be comfortable, so you may be up on a chair. You can take support underneath the knees if you need to. Spine lifted. Crown of the head towards the ceiling, which will drop the chin down, relax the shoulders. Comfortable position with the hands. You can turn the palms up or down. You can make the chin mudra if you like, the index finger bowed down to the thumb, or fold the hands on your lap, wherever your arms are comfortable. The body is steady and lifted, open, lips gently closed. Whispered ah in the throat for a gentle inhale, feeling the breath come in the nose, down the throat, expanding the chest, and softening the belly as you soften, or as you complete the breath. And then exhale, hug the belly in, draw the navel towards the spine. Breath is moving up. As the breath moves up, the shoulders soften away from the ears. You want to breathe in this way with a conscious pause. Inhaling the breath coming in and down, expanding from the chest, softening down into the belly, and pause. Let's take 2 counts of pause. Then hug the belly. Breath is moving up, shoulders relaxing, soften the face. Pause with the belly, hug to the spine for 2 counts. And continue like this for a few breaths. When you pause, please don't tighten your throat. Let the throat remain
in its open position. As you pause after the inhale, it feels like the breath is still coming in. And then the same thing, as you pause at the end of the exhale, your abdominals are hugged to the spine, your shoulders are relaxed. So it's as though the breath continues during the pause. If it feels like a comfortable thing to do, make the pause just a second longer. We still don't want to have any tension as we're holding the breath after the active portion of the breath. So in that pause, we're released into the pause. Don't tighten around it. Feel the effect of the inhale after the inhale. Feel the effect of the exhale. When I say don't tighten though, I don't mean that you collapse after the exhale. You do hug the belly and soften the shoulders. If you want to make that pause a little bit longer and it doesn't create any tension, feel free to do that. As you're ready, we're going to release the breath and take a couple minutes here to sit quietly. Reconnect with the body for a moment. Be sure that the seat is steady and comfortable. You can switch your legs if you like. Check that the spine is still tall through the crown. Chest is open. Shoulders relaxed. The breath is now has returned to its natural flow, so release the ujjayi valve in the throat. Release all control of the breath. And notice the moment of transition between the inhale and the exhale, which may or may not be a lengthened pause, but it is some sort of moment.
I was reminded of this quote from Deskachar. He says, "Whenever you are in doubt, it is best to pause. Few things are so pressing that they cannot wait for a moment of breath." Whenever you are in doubt, it is best to pause. Few things are so pressing that they cannot wait for a moment of breath. That moment of breath, or that moment between the breaths, is the opportunity to do something rather than just ricochet, to make a conscious next move. Now, if you wish, take a moment to make a pledge to yourself to take time in your reactions, especially when you get into a situation that is heated or emotional. The habits just ricochet forth. If you can find just a little bit of pause, you might remember who you are and what your higher intention is. And most likely, if you can do that, the result that you get will be more satisfying. Please open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you. So your life is your laboratory. Go forth into your day with the idea that you can take a moment. It doesn't need to be a long moment, but there is that moment when the surf comes in and when it goes out. There's a moment of change. So in that space is your opportunity. Okay, thank you. Be well.